Hello and welcome on Weekend Sport on Trust TV. Adeni G. Shafe will be taking you around the world of sports. It's always a juicy one, even though we know that football is on break right now. Still, some clubs are fighting hard to play pre-season, while some are actually competing in Nigeria Super 8 over there in Lagos. More of this will be coming on the show. But first of all, we take you what happened during the week. Just two stories we have for you about the review of the week, where we talk about 2023 Global Jam Basketball select 4 Nigerian players. 4 Nigerian players will be participating in this competition that will be coming up in Canada. Well, the good thing right now is the fact that this competition involves 5 Nigerians, 4 male and 1 female that will be joining them. It's a 5-on-5 basketball competition where 5 Nigerians have been selected right now. Let's look at the list of those 5 Nigerians. BS that have been selected. We have Emmanuel Okoroa for Kwara Falcons. We have Nelly Joseph, Kwara Falcons, also Victor Eze, while Abimbola Adewumi joins that particular team from Maryland University, USA. Good one for Abimbola Adewumi. She's the only female there, and now they'll be playing that competition that will be coming up in Canada. Hopefully, they will do us proud in that Global Jam Basketball, where the NBA deeming fit to get Nigerians into this competition. Well, that actually happened during the week. And also look at CAF. CAF talking about the preliminary stage of the competition. The second preliminary round of Champions League, they will no longer allow clubs that drop to play in CAF Confederation, rather from Champions League to CAF Confederation, because they actually scrapped that from happening. CAF tried to see how they can change the rules of CAF Champions League. Well, we know that most of the time, most of these clubs, when they play in CAF second round Champions League competition, they drop to CAF Confederation. Just the way it happens in UEFA Champions League. Mourinho also retreated the fact that he doesn't like the fact most clubs, when they drop from UEFA Champions League, they drop to Europa Cup. But right now, that should stop. As CAF has actually tried to see how they can change that in our own football style here in Africa. They won't be allowing any club that drop into from CAF Champions League to CAF Confederation Cup there. Well, from the way it is right now, most clubs will not be happy with this, because there is still hope for them. Even if they drop from the bigger boys, they will be dropping to the big boys CAF Confederation. Well, from the way it is right now, that is over, because the rule has been changed by CAF. They want to make sure they sanitize African football, making sure everything gets better. If you are not there, you are not there. And if you get to CAF Confederation, you play in CAF Confederation or in Champions League. Good one there, coming from that particular story that we just gave to you there. Now, we'll be having a guest from Zambia, precisely from Lusaka, who will be joining us. Hopefully, we'll be hoping to have Tembo Mavuto joining us from Lusaka concerning African football. That's a football academy business in Africa, and also we talk about Zambian team there. Well, even though we are waiting for Tembo to join us, when it comes to football business in Africa, we've seen so many academies being built around different locations in Africa, different cities. You have football academy for male and female, where lots of young, talented footballers in Africa have been in school, put together by different clubs or academy, just to get the best out of all these footballers. And we've also seen where scouts come across different locations in Africa, where some clubs, even in Europe, having an academy in Nigeria. Example like Roma, Real Madrid having an academy in Nigeria right now, where a lot of talented players have been picked together to have an academy. Well, let's see that with Tembo Mavuto, who relates to that particular style of football business in Africa. Well, we're waiting for that particular guest to join us. While we're waiting for him to join us, we quickly look at that segment where you think you know, but really you may not know. And if you know, you just have to remind yourself about this. Let's go to that segment of Did You Know? Lots of activities there. Did you know? Well, that segment is always very educative because it's just be thinking you know a lot of things about sport. Really, you may just not know. And now, if you know, you're being reminded there. We just rolled that segment. Did you know? Out for you there. Now, let's keep on the show as we talk about different stories trending in the world of sport. In 2022, Nigerian contingent traveled to Commonwealth Games in Birmingham City, and we were able to win the 4x100-meter relay for women in gold. Well, right now, we've been stripped of that particular gold because of the fact that one of our athletes, Grace Nwokocha, tested positive to banned substance, and right now, Nigeria has been stripped of that gold medal that we won over there at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham City. For that particular airing coming from Nwokocha, Grace there. Well, from the way it is right now, the likes of Toby Amushon, Favour Philly, and Rosemary Chukwuma will have to drop everything attached to that particular gold medal that we won. And also for Grace Nwokocha, every participation in the competition at the Commonwealth Games by her right now has also been stripped by World Athletics for the fact that she was found wanting. So painful because Nigeria raced the race of their life in that encounter ahead of the likes of England to come first in that competition. 4x100-meter women relay, and now we have to actually succumb that particular gold medal. So painful due to the fact that she was found wanting for banned substance there. England will take over as gold medalist after coming second behind Nigeria in that race over there at the Commonwealth Games. Well, we just saw the Nigerian athletes. We do everything possible to always follow all the rules and regulations that come from WADA, World Anti-Drug Agency there. Well, from the way it is, it's so painful. We are out from that gold medal there. Now, we talk about another story trending over there in Lagos. Two clubs right now, they've qualified for the final of this year Niger Super 8. We have Sporting Lagos. Sporting Lagos have really surprised everyone this season, qualifying for the Nigerian Premier League that will be coming up next season, and also getting to the final of the Super 8, where big clubs like Eyimba, Rivers United have been dumped out of this competition. Now is the battle between Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos, as both of them qualify for the final. Sporting Lagos said they were able to edge Lobby Stars and Aqua United, talking about Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos, and now both teams will be fighting hard to see who will win the 25 million naira jackpot on ground for this particular competition. Niger Super 8 has been on, and now we have the champion, rather the finalists that will be vying for the champion in that competition there. Well, Sporting Lagos really have really shocked the whole Nigeria for the fact that they've performed excellently well in all competitions this season, and now they are in the MPL. Well, Remo Stars, they qualify for CAF Champions League, and also they're still in the MPL race for next season. We wait to see who wins that particular big one that will be coming up at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos. Well, from there, we talk about the fact that this particular story, well, for next season, MPL champion will get going home with 150 million naira. According to the sponsors, 2023-2024 Nigerian Premier League champion to earn 150 million prize money. For this season, it went to Eyimba International, and they were able to win that competition there with 100 million. So next season, the winner of Nigerian Football League will go home with 150 million. A good one there, and they are trying to see how all the teams will also get some fund to support them. If you remember, the Abridge League that we saw the emergence of Eyimba actually got each club being given 20 million naira each as a supporting fund for all the clubs. Right now, the sponsors are saying for next season they've earmarked 5 billion naira for Nigerian Premier League, and the winner will be going home with about 150 million. Well, talk about a jackpot there for Nigerian teams. Nigerian football is getting better. We want to see more of this, and also see how the league will come back to limelight. It's always very good to talk about our own, and we always continue to push for the promotion of Nigerian sport out there. Well, we go on a short break. The Super Falcons are in the World Cup already, really preparing ahead of the World Cup. We'll be talking about their performance against Lions FC of Australia. Before then, let's have a feel of their performance against Cote d'Ivoire when they were in Nigeria, and after that, we'll come back to give you more in the world of sport. Good one there, looking at Super Falcons performing against Cote d'Ivoire as we speak. Right now, they are in Australia, where they will be fighting here at the World Cup. The ladies are battle ready. Just earlier today, they play a game against Queensland Lions FC over there, where they were able to win 8-1. They won 8-1 in that encounter. Congrats to Super Falcons in a warm-up game where Asisa Doshoala was able to score a brace. You have Kanu scoring, Ajibade, Payne, Onumanu, Alonso, Alimatu Ayinde all scoring. Not forgetting Monday Gift also adding to it with the goals. They scored 8 goals for Super Falcons in the friendly game against Lion FC. They call them Queensland Lions FC. For Super Falcons, they are ready to do well in this competition despite all the issues that surrounded that team. Right now, the ladies are at least waving that off, and they want to perform well at the World Cup. They'll be facing Canada, Australia, and also Ireland in their group. And we just saw that they will do well at this Mondial. They've been talking to also performing well right now. Hopefully, the 8-1 they score will also at least push them to perform well against Canada, against Australia, and also Ireland. Now, let's look at their performance at the World Cup. All the World Cup they've been going since 1999. They've been going to the World Cup. Let's see the performance so far where they've been to. Sorry, 1991, I beg your pardon. In 1991, it was a group stage where they played 3 matches. They actually lost all the 3 games and they conceded. It was a tough one there. They actually conceded 7 goals in that first edition of their competition at the World Cup in 1991. In 1995, Super Falcons also went to the World Cup. They played 3 matches. They drew 1, lost 2, and they conceded 14 goals, scoring 5. Well, it was a better performance. While in 1999, their best performance so far till date, 1999, they actually played 4 games. They won 2, they lost 2, and they scored 8 goals and conceded 12 in that competition. It was by far their best performance at the competition in 1999. They were led by late Ismail Amabo, and that particular competition was a very worthy one because till date, Nigeria is still celebrating them for what they've done. In 2003, it was at group stage that they were ousted, playing 3 matches, losing all the 3 matches, conceding 11 goals. No goals scored by Super Falcons in 2003. 2007, they got to the group stage, played 3 matches. They lost 2, drew 1 rather, and they scored 1 goal, conceding 4. In 2011, at group stage, played 3 matches, drew 1, lost 2. They scored 1 goal, conceded 2. In 2015, they also got to the group stage where they actually played 3 matches, drew 1, lost 2, scored 3 goals, and considered 6 there. While in 2019, it was round of 16. They played 4 matches, they won 1, they lost 3, scoring 2 goals and conceding 7. For 2023, right now, the captain of that team, Onomebi, says they want to get to the semi-final, thereby at least beating the record set in 1999 by the set of Falcons there, by getting to the semi-final this time around. But, well, we wait to see. Is it just by mouth or by action? They want to manage all with action. We wait for Super Falcons to respond, just showcasing to you their performance at the World Cup since 1991. So far, the best time was in 1999 when they got to the quarterfinals, and we hope that this time around that they have said they will get to semi-final, they will be able to do it in this competition. That's not been too good for Super Falcons at the world level, but in Africa, they've dominated the competition. But at the world level, they need to up their games and do well, especially for this 2023 World Cup for women. Well, Super Falcons, we believe in you guys and the ladies for them to do well at the competition. Well, from Super Falcons stories now, let's go international and talk about tennis. Tennis, a big one is coming up today and also on Sunday between 4 players, 2 ladies and also 2 gentlemen. We look at the ladies first. Ons Jabeur of Africa, because to the name they call her right now because she represents Tunisia, and the whole Africa is behind Ons Jabeur to break the record, to become the first African. If she can't do it against the player she'll be facing, Marketa Vondrosa over there in Wimbledon, England, where they'll be fighting for the winner. Well, this lady did well last season. Last year rather, she got to the final before she was edged out, and this time around, she was able to get her own pound of flesh against Sabakina in that game. Now, she'll be facing Vondrosa from that Belarusian lady. A tough one there. Who will win this particular big one between Tunisian Ons Jabeur against Maketa Vandrosa in the final of Wimbledon women that will be coming up today. Now, the whole Africa are supporting Ons Jabeur for the fact that she has been able to get to the final. This is the second time she's trying to get to the final, and now we see how she can do it this time around. It is very possible that Ons Jabeur will actually break the record this time around, being the first African to do this, and the whole Africa will be so proud of what she has done in the world of tennis. Let's talk about the men. Well, the man of the moment, Novak Djokovic, is really trying to get to the 24th Grand Slam of his career, thereby trying to see how he can overcome the nemesis from Carlos Alcaraz, the Spaniard, the young Spaniard that has really been turning the flesh for Novak Djokovic recently. The 20-year-old is really edging closer and closer to close the gap between himself and Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic is 36, Alcaraz is 20, and they'll be fighting hard to know the winner on Sunday while they face out in the Wimbledon final for men. A big one there between the two. Really, they've been fighting hard, not quite long that they met, and now they are getting to the final of this one to see who takes home this particular trophy between Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz. A big one between the two, although it's going to be a match that a lot of people want to see for the fact that Alcaraz seems to be taking over the reign of Rafael Nadal as a Spaniard. Will he be able to do it against Novak Djokovic just the way he was a turn in the flesh against Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer? Well, Carlos Alcaraz seems to be another new kid on the block who is really closing the gap against the big boys. He defeated Dani Medvedev in 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 in the game that actually saw him triumphing there. For Novak Djokovic, it was a smooth ride ahead of Jannik Sinner, where he was able to win qualifying for the final there. Well, those are the two games coming up, in the men and also the women's final in Wimbledon. A big one there for all the white, the Pepper Storm that will be coming up over there in England. Well, we leave tennis now. Let's talk about football. Well, if you look at FIFA World Cup that happened in 2022 in Qatar, a lot of clubs actually allowed their players to participate. Yes, a lot of clubs, all these clubs that participated get some amount of money. They receive some amount of money from FIFA. We look at that particular story. Manchester City top list of FIFA payment to clubs for 32 national teams in Qatar 2022 World Cup. Well, all the clubs that participated actually got paid by FIFA, and Manchester City, which they have much more players ahead of Bayern Munich, Barcelona, to actually receive more money from FIFA. Well, let's look at that particular breakdown from FIFA. 2022 FIFA World Cup payments to club. 440 clubs in 51 countries were rewarded by FIFA, and you have $209 million fund allocated by the same FIFA. Clubs in UEFA member countries got $159 million, 76% of the total fund, and clubs in England accounted for $37.7 million. Manchester City, the team that actually got the biggest, got $4.6 million, while 18 African clubs and $4.57 million. 27 Italian clubs actually went with 18.7. You got Spanish clubs, they collectively earned 24.2. German clubs share a little over $21 million. French clubs payout was 16.5, and you have Saudi Arabian clubs led the Asian list with $6.6 million. Host nation Qatar's club, the club from Qatar, they got 6.3, while clubs in the United States of America got $5.4 million. Just to give you a breakdown of how FIFA shared the money that has to do with all the 440 clubs that participate, that released their players for the World Cup. Now, let's look at the 18 African clubs that earned 5.47. You look at the breakdown from Egyptian Football Association, Egypt, two clubs from Egypt, they actually Al Ahly and Zamalek. You see how much they earn. They are a big one for them, 420 and also $229,000. You see why a lot of clubs always try to see how their players can make it to the World Cup. Cameroonian Football Federation, you look at 3 clubs getting paid there. Apéje du Monfort there, Colombe Sportif and Cotton Sport, they all receive $73, $109 and $219,000. Senegalese Football Federation, where a particular club, Generation Foot got $20,000 for releasing their player for the that actually was able to make it to the World Cup there in the Senegalese Teranga Lions team that made the World Cup. Tunisia Football Federation, about 5 clubs released their players there. You have Club Africain, Safien, Experience Tunis, you have Etoile du Sahel and US Monastir, all any huge amount of money like Experience. They got $525,000 after some of their players made it to the World Cup to represent Tunisia. Well, for Ghana, well, the team that actually edged out Nigeria, they want to go for the World Cup. They got Asante Kotoko, Dreams FC, Hearts of Oak, King Faisal, Steadfast FC. They all got 18,219. You have Asante Kotoko receiving $200,000. The total of the amount Ghana clubs received was $565,000 from FIFA. You see, imagine if Nigeria were to be at the World Cup, all these clubs will have made a lot of money, and also our federation. Royal Moroccan Football Federation, Raja Club, that's Raja Casablanca. You have Raja Casablanca also 31,000 and $1,405,000. Just to break it down for you to see how much the clubs that their players participated at the World Cup. 440 clubs were at the Mundial to let their players play at the World Cup for different countries, and the amount they got is overwhelming. Well, for all the clubs that actually allowed their players to play at the World Cup, they got their own share from FIFA, and right now all of them are smiling to the bank. That's why you see a lot of countries trying to see how they can qualify for the World Cup. Now, another draw has been made for 2026 World Cup, and we'll be getting to that particular segment where we talk about Nigeria in that Group C, where we have other countries joining us. We'll be talking about that. But before then, let's just go on the short break. By the time we return, we'll go on that particular topic. Nigerians will always live to remember this particular day. Nigeria versus Ghana there. Well, World Cup qualifier draw has been made, and now we'll be looking at that topic together. Let's start with showcasing the World Cup. Well, right now, let's look at 2026 FIFA World Cup groups that have been made. We have 9 in all. In Group A, you have Egypt, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. Group B, you have Senegal, DR Congo, Mauritania, Togo, Sudan, South Sudan. Down to Group C, we are Nigeria, South Africa, Benin Republic, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Lesotho will be fighting out to see who qualifies there as the World Cup qualifying team there. Well, Group D, you have Cameroon, Cape Verde, Angola, Libya, Eswatini, Mauritius. In Group E, Morocco, Zambia, Congo, Tanzania, Niger, Eritrea. You have Group F, Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, Gabon, Kenya, the Gambia, Burundi, Seychelles there. You have Algeria, Guinea, Uganda, Mozambique, Botswana, Somalia, while they are in Group G. In Group H, Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Namibia, Malawi, Liberia, Sao Tome. While in Group I, it's going to be a tough one between Mali, Ghana, Madagascar, Central African Republic, Comoros, and Chad. They will all be vying for the World Cup 2026. Well, the top team there will qualify automatically, so making it 9 teams that will make it while they have the playoff before that will be done. But right now, we'll be focusing on our group. Group C. Group C, you have Nigeria, South Africa, Benin Republic, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Lesotho. And that's why we open our phone line for you to call us. And at least a lot of people are saying Nigeria will qualify. But a lot of football pundits are looking at, you have to be very careful. This is a banana peel. We have to be very careful of South Africa, the likes of Rwanda, Benin Republic, where we have our former coach. Coach Ganoro is the coach of Benin Republic. He's there. We have Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and all that. And if you look into take into consideration the fact that South Africa, they are very close to Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and also not too far to Rwanda, compared to Nigeria, who will be having only Benin Republic so close. Traveling, logistics, and all that will be affecting them one way or the other. So right now is a big one. We just have to be very careful. Lots of football pundits are talking tough concerning this group, that Group C. You just have to call us and let's have your view. When you are calling, please stay away from your TV set. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Do you think Nigerian, can we qualify from that group? Because right now, anytime they made the draw, we are always so quick to say, oh, we are going to make it, looking at the name of the countries. This time around, we have to be very careful. Just saw the video or the clip between Nigeria and Ghana. They came to Abuja, saw, and conquered against the Eagles. Now, we are having South Africa, Bafana. They are there. You have the disgrace of Benin Republic. You have the Rwanda. You have Zimbabwe. Not forgetting, in fact, Lesotho. They are also in that particular group, a big one. So let's run through this together. You're going to make it 2 in 1. A particular player also has been in issue that has to do with rape case for almost over 2 years. His name is Benjamin Mendy. Benjamin Mendy, right now, just yesterday, was cleared of all these issues that has to do with rape. And after almost 2.5 years, he was taken to prison before he was released, and now he has been cleared of this rape case. What's has to do with his career right now? It's so painful because he was shedding tears when he was being asked by a journalist concerning how he felt concerning that particular judgment and what will happen concerning his career. He was just shedding tears after that 6-count charge of rape. Well, 2 in 1. Colin, and let's have your view concerning this. Make your contribution. We have 2 in 1 topics for you there. Can Nigeria qualify from Group C? Benjamin Mendy case, also about the rape case. We have a caller joining us from where? Let's have you. Good to have you on the show.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Where are you calling from? Your name, please.
I'm calling from Kaduna State. My name is Gimba Matthew from Kaduna State.
Okay, Gimba Matthew from Kaduna State is 2 in 1. Can Nigeria qualify from Group C?
No, actually, Nigeria is actually they qualify from that Group C, because when you look at the setup, I'm afraid of just the Republic.
Only Benin Republic. What about South Africa?
The Republic and South Africa actually, but Nigeria is not underrate the rest of the team, because the setup now is very dangerous, because every country is trying to see that we will qualify to the World Cup. But Nigeria should take those matches very serious so that they will qualify. If not, those countries that we are seeing that they are not in the may surprise us. So especially the South Africa and that Benin Republic.
Oh, Benin Republic.
So since it is just one country that will qualify for the game, so Nigeria should take it very serious. They should not indirect any country, because the game now is not about how a country is, but how determined is that country is to play their own way of playing. So
Okay, now let me take you.
We don't want to lose going to the World Cup in 2026. So Nigeria should not give up our attention. It is very taking every country very serious when they are taking the match. That's my take-off. But Nigeria, I believe, will qualify.
Okay, good one. And now let's talk about Benjamin Mendy. You heard about this rape case, and now he has been at least acquitted of all the charges.
But why I even care about the Republic? Because you know the coach that is there in the Republic has been in Nigeria, so he has known the taxes of Nigerians.
Okay, so it seems okay. Gimba, thank you. Hello, Gimba, can you hear me, please? Okay, thank you so much. We're actually making it 2-in-1. We're talking about Benjamin Mendy also. We are trying to infuse the two together. Well, so painful that that player, 24-year-old Benjamin Mendy, also was accused of rape, and now he has been discharged and acquitted of all the rape cases after spending 2.5 years out of football. So painful. We'll be actually adding that with the Group C that has to do with Nigeria against South Africa, Benin Republic, and all of that. Just join us. Call by telling us how you feel about this, and let's run the show together. Well, according to Gimba there, Nigeria will qualify despite the fact that it's a bit afraid of Benin Republic and South Africa, but we can still make it right now. Well, from the way it is, Nigeria just has to be very careful. We just have to be very, very careful. It's a banana peel group. We have to be very careful of all these countries. Well, we have a call up there. Let's have your name and where you're calling from. Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, let's have your name and where you're calling from, please.
My name is Yusuf Bello Kidaba. I'm calling you from Kano.
Okay, Yusuf from Kano. Let's have you. It's 2-in-1. Benjamin Mendy's been cleared of all the issues that has to do with rape case, and also Nigeria Group C.
Yeah, honestly, Nigeria should be very careful of South Africa. Because South Africa, considering their league is very short, and missing the last two editions of the World Cup, so they will come all out against Nigeria. So we should be very careful with them, especially the people with their games work. They just want to cause harm to us. Even they didn't qualify, but they're not sure that we're stopping Nigeria from qualifying. That's their aim. Allow South Africa to qualify. So we should be very careful, and we are optimistic that we will qualify by God's grace. Yeah.
Okay.
What the issue of
Mendy?
Yeah. The problem is that almost 8 out of 10 cases were rape cases. You finally found out the allegation. So what the consequences of the other side? If the person that accused of rape found not guilty, since the punishment will reduce all these allegations. For instance, that day, this case is with his career. Honestly, now we don't know where he's up to.
It's very painful because.
So finally, I wish him well. It's very painful and sad. Waiting yesterday, taking tears, it's painful. But I wish him well, and I wish Nigeria well. The God grace will qualify this time around. Inshallah.
Okay, thank you so much, Yakubu from Kano. They are joining us on the show, talking about Mendy. Well, it's so painful that Mendy had to go through this. But now, what's next for his career? And also for Super Eagles, it says we should be very careful of South Africa and Benin Republic. Banana peel there. We have to watch out. Well, you can still join us on the show. We have more minutes to go. Well, at least we can still take 1 or 2 calls before we wrap it up on the show concerning Nigeria in Group C. We have Nigeria, South Africa, Rwanda, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and a big one there. Well, a caller joining us on the show. Let's have you. Hello, good to have you on the show. Can you please stay away from your TV set? Okay, let's have you, please. Go ahead. Okay, well, we are still waiting for people to call in, but really a painful one there for Benjamin Mendy. Well, it was actually has been cleared of all the rape cases charged against him right now. From that allegation, he's free, but what about his career? Well, we have a caller there who will be giving us his own contribution on the show. Good to have you. Hello, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Okay, good to have you on the show.
Yes, my name is Fredin. I'm calling from Taraba State.
We're in Taraba.
Ukari precisely.
We're in Taraba, you said?
Ukari, Luku.
Okay, Ukari. Okay, go ahead. Mendy case and also Super Eagles.
Well, as for the Super Eagles, I think the teams there are no threat to Super Eagles, except for the coach, Jose Pedro. I do not think his footballing technique is good enough to take us to anywhere. So I think that first, for Super Eagles to succeed, the first thing to do is to fire Pedro and look for maybe an indigenous coach who will take us through. And then for Benjamin Mendy, it's such a Mendy. It's such a pity such thing happened. And what can he do? Just to move on from there, pick up dust his career from where it was, and then try to pick up from there. It's such a pity though.
Such a pity.
I can only feel for. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us from Ukari there. Well, it's just a pity that Benjamin Mendy had to go through this coming from our caller. And now we also talk about Super Eagles playing in Group C for the World Cup qualifiers. It's a banana peel, a tough one. We need to be very, very careful, but we can't do it if we are determined. One more call. Let's have a caller there joining us. Good to have you on the show. Hello, are you there? Okay, while we're waiting for one more call before we go straight to our transfer stories update, so give you update concerning transfer stories now. Okay, the last caller on the show. Good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good to have you. Yes, you're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good to have you on the show. Your name, please. Go on. Okay. Well, it seems the caller actually decided to go off now. We've been talking concerning Benjamin Mendy and also the Super Eagles in Group C. A tough one, but they can't make it. Hello, how are you doing? Yes, let's quickly run through some transfer story before we wrap it up. Arsenal completes Jurrien Timber £39.38 million deal from Ajax. Good one. He said he loved the club and he wants to at least perform well for Arsenal, the Gunners. At least that's what all footballers always say. They love the club from childhood. Let's see what he will be contributing to that club. That's Arsenal having Jurrien Timber in their squad there. Well, Chelsea are looking at making a move for Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic. Pochettino right now want Vlahovic to join them over there in London, where the bridge will not collapse next season. It will stay on. And Manchester City have made Bayern Munich's fullback Benjamin Pavard their #1 target if England defender Kyle Walker joins the German champions. So it's going to be a swap. Walker coming to Bayern, Pavard going to Manchester City. Marseille are trying to sign Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Chelsea. They want to get this player to come to Olympique Marseille. A big one for Aubameyang, who really needs to get his act together right now because different clubs have been trying to see how they can get him away from Chelsea. Bayern Munich forward Sadio Mane's representatives have met with Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr to discuss a move for the Senegalese international. He's the captain of Senegalese Lions and now he's with Bayern, but he wants to move away, and it's possible that he could be joining Cristiano Ronaldo over there in Saudi Arabia Professional Football League. And the last one says Manchester United reject initial offer for from Turkish side Galatasaray for Fred. They want to sign Fred, and the amount they are dropping, Manchester United are saying no to that amount. They want more money for the Brazilian Fred. If they want him to sign for them, cough out more money, according to Manchester United. Well, those are the transfer updates we just brought to you there, and to also let you know that a lot of people calling on the show to talk about Super Eagles in Group C will be facing Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Rwanda, South Africa, and Benin Republic for the qualifier in the World Cup 2026. Can we do it? A lot of Nigerians actually reacted to that, and also about Benjamin Mendy being given the free, at least right now, he has been cleared of all the rape cases against him, and the young man will just have to face his life right now, but very, very painful. Well, lots of stories that we brought to you on the show, Weekend Sport. More of this will continue to come your way on the station, or rather from the station Trust TV. Well, I'm Adeni G. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.